Hi there, welcome back to ET Now. You're watching Market Fatafat with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Ankita Saxena. This is a show where we'll talk about all the top buzzers in trade today, which are buzzing in trade either on the back of news flow or on the back of technicals. But Ankita, a quick look at the market before that. It's a pretty good day coming in. We are nearly inching towards that 25,100 mark now. In fact, the Sensex also has seen a rally of more than 600 points.
Absolutely, Kanishka. It's a very good start to the week. In fact, if you look at the October seasonality also, historically, we have had a great October and seems like it is turning out to be a good October for us this year as well. For now, we are, like Kanishka mentioned, we are very close to the 25,100 levels. We are trading with gains of 0.7% on the Nifty. At the highest point of the day on the Nifty, that's where we are at. Nifty Bank continues its outperformance. In fact, we are up almost 550 points on the Nifty Bank. Percent gain that's coming in on Nifty Bank, that is continuing to outperform the frontline index. As far as the broader markets are concerned, we have mid-cap that is doing pretty well today. That's up 0.5%, and small caps also trading with gains of 0.1% coming in. But as far as the sectors are concerned, we did have Nifty Metal that was, has been shining away. But today it is the biggest sectoral loser after gaining 4%, last week. So that's on the losing side. And on the gaining side, of course, we have Nifty IT that is making a comeback. So largely a great day for markets coming in at the start of the week, Kanishka.
Absolutely. So a great day coming in for the markets. But let's get started discussing all the stock-specific action that we are witnessing today. And on the technicals, we're now joined by Sameet Chavan, Head of Research in Technical and Derivative at Angel One. Hi, Sameet. Very good afternoon. Well, let's get started then. The first stock of today is Avenue Supermart. Now, shares of Avenue Supermart, which operates DMart, they are in focus today after a weaker than expected Q2 FY26 update. The company's standalone revenue that came in at about 16,200 crore rupees. That's 5% below the estimates, though it was still up about 18% on a sequential basis and 15% on a year-on-year basis. We talk about store additions. That has also slowed down for the company. Only 8 new stores were added this quarter. That takes the total to 432, which is the slowest pace actually since Q2 of last year. Brokerages, they've also turned cautious on the company. Goldman Sachs has maintained a sell rating and cut its target price to 3,370 rupees from 3,450 earlier. It has cited slower sales growth and no major boost expected from the GST rate rationalization. Now that said, DMart's steady growth continues, but softer revenue trends and a slowdown in expansion was visible in Q2. So that's the trend as far as Avenue Supermart is concerned, and clearly the stock is reacting to it. It's down more than 2.5% right now at that 120 odd level.
All right, that's Avenue Supermarts, but let's move on to the next counter that is in focus and that you have picked out for us, Sameet. Paytm. Now, Paytm is another counter that is doing exceptionally well today. In fact, it's up more than 4.5% in the trading session, sitting at the highest point of the day. But in the last 1 month odd, it has been in a very, very tight range. Do you think this is a breakout that's coming in for Paytm now, and what are the levels to watch out for?
Good afternoon. Certainly looks like, we have already seen a massive rally in this particular counter over the past, 5 to 6 months. Stock has rallied from the levels of 600, 650 relentlessly. And then, it was followed by some sort of consolidation with minor profit booking. But again, it seems that the prices after the retracement has found support around its, crucial support of 1100 and again reverse back. With a positional view, yes, we expect this stock to challenge its recent highs of 1300 quite soon. And in fact, with a slightly broader view, we will not be surprised to see the stock surpassing 1300 and then heading towards 1400 plus levels.
All right, moving on then to the next counter that is in focus today. In fact, that was also doing pretty well in the trading session. That was up almost 3.5% in trade. Has given up those morning gains, is currently towards the lowest point of the day, but nonetheless holding on to gains of 0.5%, and that's Sobha. That's come out with its Q2 updates. Now the demand, of course, shot up for the counter after it came out with the updates. Now, according to that, in Q2, Sobha recorded real estate sales value of 1,900 crore rupees, reflecting a growth of 61.4% compared to Q2 of FY25. Now, for the first half of FY26, they have achieved sales value of 3,981 crore rupees, which is the best ever first half performance. Now with the new sales area of 2.84 million square feet. Now on the back of that, we do have Antique that has come out with a note also on Sobha. They're maintaining a buy call with a target price of 2,399 rupees. They feel that they expect the developers with strong presence in Bengaluru to show good numbers, including Godrej Properties and Brigade, Prestige and Sobha as well. They feel that for quarter two, Sobha has registered a pre-sales number of a jump up of almost 61% on a year-on-year basis versus what they were expecting, and they also feel that it is well positioned to benefit from the sector's continued momentum. On the back of that, they're maintaining a buy call on Sobha, and that's up in a way 0.5% right now.
All right, so that's Sobha for you. But moving on to the next counter, Sameet, you've picked out AU Small Finance Bank. The stock is up nearly 3% right now, and in the past month or so, it has given a return of about 9%. Where do you see the stock headed from here on? What are the charts suggesting?
See, clearly, entire banking space has been driving since morning. In fact, since last 3 days, the entire banking space has given a good support to our benchmark index. And if we look at the bank Nifty, it has already confirmed breakout beyond 56,000 mark. So as far as AU Bank is concerned, yes, this smaller bank has been consolidating of late. But today we are seeing a decisive breakout happening from a neckline level of say 758. And if you look at the volume activity, it has been rising steadily. So overall, we expect the stock heading toward 785, 790 over the next couple of weeks' time. And it's a good buy at current level. Keep a stop around 744.
All right, before we get to other buzzes in trade, let's take you to an exclusive interaction with ET Now that Girija Subramanian, who's the CMD of New India Assurance, had. She says that the GST boost is already evident with volumes increase and good response from all stakeholders. Let's go across and listen into what else she had to say.
We are pushing strong on selling individual health policies, especially to people who've never had insurance before, trying to push the penetration agenda across all our offices. Already our distribution has been getting only a fair amount of, commissions, so we don't feel there is any need to punish them with this one. Secondly, our retail book is smaller than many of the other insurers, and therefore we have been able to take this impact onto our net account. And the impact of this, we feel any which way, when you don't, show any reduction in commissions to our distribution force, they've welcomed it and they're very happy that we have decided to absorb this, and this has pushed up the motivation levels of our agency force.
Okay, so how much hit you would be taking, and do you think that it can be balanced with the more volumes?
It would be around 100 and odd crores, I believe. It could be definitely made up with more volumes, especially when in health insurance we need to have an age diversity in the population that we now write newly because of this. If that happens, then I'm very sure that this would, in a span of time, we could be able to absorb this very quickly.
Which line of segment you finding it difficult to get reinsurance support, and because of that you are not able to underwrite more and more premium?
See, actually the need of the R is for climate change. It is for cyber-related risks. A lot of new innovative, products that we really need to bring, which is the need of the R, and which requires a lot of customization depending on the customer segment. Though there are reinsurers that give capacity, it comes with a lot of restrictions, and with those restrictions, it is really difficult to give any meaningful covers. I think as insurers have stepped ahead to take this challenge of bringing in a bigger penetration, I think reinsurers, I think they're also recognizing it now. We are seeing more people coming in to offer capacity and also ideas for new products. And I think with this awareness and this push coming from policymakers, I think more capacity will be available, and that is the need of the hour.
All right, so that's New India Assurance CMD talking about the GST boost and the impact on the company. But on that note, we'll take Market Fatafat with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Ankita Saxena. This is a show where we're discussing all the top buzzers in trade today. And now let's put the spotlight on Nykaa, which is soaring away in trade today. It's up nearly 5.5%. It's on the back of the Q2 update that it has shared that was largely in line with the expectations. The company reported a consolidated GMV growth of nearly in the 30s. That's a notable improvement from mid-20s growth that it saw in the recent quarters. The consolidated net revenue growth, that is also expected to be in the mid-20s, that is matching the estimates. If we talk about segments, in the beauty segment, NSV and net revenue growth remain in the mid-20s, whereas the house of Nykaa brands, they are continuing to expand very rapidly. In the fashion segment, NSP growth is projected in the higher mid-20s, whereas the net revenue growth, that could improve to the low 20s. That's up from the low to mid-teens seen in the recent quarters. Now, net revenue will lag the NSV growth. That is slightly due to a delay in advertising and marketing income. So that's about Nykaa's Q2 business update. However, given that the update is largely in line and pretty good, the stock is soaring away in trade today, up 5.5% as we speak.
All right, moving on from Nykaa that's soaring away in trade to another counter which is doing very well in trade today, and that is BSE. That's up in a way almost 5.5% in trading session, Sameet. BSE, it has been, it's a counter that has done very well for itself. In fact, the entire capital market team has run up so much. But in the last 1 month, of course, we have seen a bit of a profit booking or consolidation that's coming in. But today it's doing pretty well. Do you see this breakout, a breakout on the charts? And do you see this upward momentum to continue? What are the levels to watch?
It would be too early to take that call whether it's a breakout or not. At least, after a massive, relentless rally over the past couple of years, some sort of, respite was really on cards, and this is what we have witnessed in the last 3-4 months. Stock has, corrected sharply from higher levels, so which is a part of its longer degree, time-wise as well as price-wise correction. And now, around its previous breakout points, which is around 2000. Stock seems to have found some sort of support and has rebounded from those levels. So at least for a while, it seems that 1950 is likely to act as a very strong support zone. And for this particular stock, if it has to confirm any kind of breakout in the upward direction, 2350, 2400, these are the levels to watch.
All right, moving on then to the next counter that is in focus today, that is Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance was trading up almost 2.5% after it came out with its quarter 2 updates. And according to the updates, if you look at Bajaj Finance, we do see AUM that's up 4.7% on a sequential basis and 23.6% on a year-on-year basis. The BAF is on track for a 24% growth. The AUM growth for FY26 is in line with the guidance that they had given. The BAF guidance was for 14 to 16 millions in FY26. The investors are now focusing on the credit cost and the commentary on growth. Citi has also come out with a note. They are saying that the consolidated AUM growth of 23% in quarter 2 is in line with what they were expecting. Also, the AUM growth has moderated from quarter 1. But the new loans booked saw a sequential moderation of 12.2 million due to seasonality, and the NIMs are projected to remain rather stable for quarter 2. Morgan Stanley has also initiated an overweight rating with a target price of 1,150 rupees, and the back of bullish notes coming in from Morgan Stanley. Bajaj Finance is in focus today.
All right, so that's Bajaj Finance in focus on the back of those brokerage notes. But moving on to the next counter from the IT space, Sameet, you have picked out TCS for us. It's up more than 2% right now, and also it's the IT pack that's leading the Nifty. So, what are your expectations as far as TCS is concerned? Do you see more rally going forward in the week?
We have clearly seen some sort of support along with the banking space from the IT basket today itself since morning. As far as TCS is concerned, it has underwent a massive price-wise as well as price-wise correction, as well as time-wise correction over the past 7 odd months. And now it has reached its crucial support level of 2900 to 2700 kind of zone. So at least for a while, it seems that stock has found support around those levels. But if this particular stock has to confirm any kind of reversal, 3200, 3250 needs to be surpassed on a closing basis, and then we can say that the price-wise correction is at least over for a while, and this stock is likely to rally now. So 3200, 3250 on the higher side, and 2800, 2850 on the lower side. These are the levels to watch.
All right, that was the last talk of the day. Sameet, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us.